Hi guys, I'm Charissa and welcome to my channel. Well, it has been some time since I've actually published a video and I've missed you guys. So I really hope that today's video will be able to help you guys in terms of what I'm about to share. I would really like for you guys to have a better understanding of what and how we can communicate better in relationships. Not just a romantic relationship, but in general relationships. So this is actually to tap on my previous videos with my special guest, and we've actually talked a lot about communications and developing a listening ear for your partners. So this time around, I'd like to broaden the whole perspective of relationships. It can be actually any kind of relationship. So the first thing I'd like to share with you guys are 5 things that when you talk to someone, they may shut down or you may shut down as well during a conversation. So how come a conversation that started off with your intention of wanting to change something, wanting to have an influence or impact on the other party, suddenly just go downhill? So these are all purely my opinions and what I've observed and experienced for myself. And there might be other reasons that you might experience in your own relationships with people, and even observations as well. So do you sometimes notice that while having a conversation with your partner or family member or even colleagues, or friends or relatives, sometimes they start to shut down when you approach a certain deeper topic? Now why might that happen, right? Well, one reason could be that they don't feel comfortable talking about it with you, so their defense mechanism starts to be very active. And another reason also could be that the environment makes them feel hesitant to talk about certain things, and they don't feel very safe. Another reason for why they might not be forthcoming with you could be that there are other situations that are occupying their minds, other concerns, other worries that they are having. Or they could also be feeling resigned to how things are between the both of you, and through these kind of conversations they don't feel confident that anything would change in your relationship with them or even in their own relationships with themselves. And this might also happen because they feel stuck in a place that they are quite used to how you were before. So even though you feel that I just want to have an honest conversation with you, I'm really changing and listening, being willing to listen to you, and I really want to hear your thoughts and feelings, they may still be in a place where you have not changed. And does it really mean anything for me to be listening to you? Would that change anything? So these are very real concerns that your partner or your friends or your family members might have while you talk about certain more sensitive or deeper topics with them. Another reason could be that they're just tired, and they just want to focus on having enough rest and sleep at that point in time. So they tend to be more like a yes person, just to wrap up the conversation with you. Now you can actually tell that that kind of conversations will not actually be very conducive or effective in the long run. One other thing that could happen is also because of certain health conditions that we have that might affect our attention span. So don't hold to heart and be active and open in exploring other methods of having such conversations with them. Now 5 tips I have for you guys would be, firstly, you can actually set up and arrange a timing and date with them to ensure that they kind of feel more prepared for having such conversations with you. So perhaps they can set aside their concerns, set aside their worries, and be present and active in the moment with you while having such conversations. Well, the second tip I have for you guys is to be ready to share your vulnerabilities with each other, share your pains instead of the blames, and really listen to what you have to say. Sometimes we tend to listen and not really hear. And for yourself to make the other party know that you are listening, you can actually kind of rephrase what they say to them and be like a mirror and reflect all these words that they have said back to them, so that they can feel reassured that yes, indeed, you're listening. Now the third tip I have for you guys is to choose an environment wisely, right? Choose an environment where it's not too interruptive and disruptive to your conversations. For example, perhaps you want to consider having an environment with just the both of you and there are no other people around to make you feel insecure, embarrassed, or shy to share certain deeper feelings that you have. And you might also want to choose an environment that is not too noisy. For example, you don't want an environment where both of you have to shout at each other just to, hear one another talking. Fourth tip for you guys would be that if you feel like, you don't feel comfortable or safe having a one-to-one conversation with them, seek help from a professional, be it a relationship counselor or a relationship coach. You can actually talk to them and they can be a mediator in the relationship that you have. So then you might feel more safe and secure, in sharing how you really feel with the other party. Now, last but not least, my fifth tip for you guys would be go into the conversation with a clear outcome of what you really want from it. Setting your expectations, being more realistic, could be something great that you can do for yourself. For example, you might want to reconsider if you want to go into a conversation having the outcome that this person is going to change. And whatever this person say, I'm just going to blame them. It's not my fault, it's their fault. Now, that kind of mindset and mentality might not be very productive for the kind of conversation you want to have. You might want to go into the conversation with an intention to truly listen and to share your vulnerabilities with them. Be ready, that it might get a little bit uncomfortable for you. Other kind of outcomes that you might want to consider is to have a better alignment with your partner or your family member and better set your expectations together instead of I thought this way but you thought another way. So how about just coming together and aligning your realistic expectations for the relationship that you have. And another outcome might just be developing a better conversation with the other person, right? Now, it's not for sure that after one conversation everything is 100% resolved, but it's definitely a beautiful way to really start listening in conversations that you have with people around you. So I do hope that my sharing and my tips for you guys today will improve your relationships with the people around you as well as your relationship with yourself. Do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!